Good morning. It is September the 20th, 2016. 2 days to the official start of fall. I'm ready. I left the gym last night at 7:30 p.m. It was 94 degrees and the humidity was 72%. That's July weather. And the humidity is a little high for July weather. So Mexico not only is sharing their higher temperatures with us, they're sending all that humidity off their west coast right up into us too. So still summer on the southern central plains. I'm ready for fall, as you all well know. Okay, today's markets and tomorrow's market will be driven by the FOMC and the Bank of Japan's announcement. The Bank of Japan's announcement is affecting the long end of our bonds after the European Central Bank made their move, or no move. Kuduro was on the financial news wires talking about we need to do something to steepen the yield curves. And the bond is sold ever since. It's come off of 172. We've gotten down to 165 right now, 7 points. That's a big move. So if Japan does not twist their quantitative easing purchases from the long end to the short end, the 30-year can snap back a bunch. The Fed, there'll be probably pretty spirited discussion between them, but the recent economic news is weak enough that it adds enough uncertainty to it that the Fed is not expected to raise interest rates, but their statement is expected to be pretty hawkish, laying the groundwork for an interest rate increase in December. Again, I think the economy, when you start looking at the reports that come in, when people study how the administration is generating their numbers, like there was a report out overnight, talking about how the Fed on their birth death rate has created an extra 5.26 million jobs that aren't there. And we see it everywhere. People are not going back to work. In the numbers reported, the economy is not as strong as the administration would have you believe. They can get up there and tout and blow their whistle about how great things are, but it's all fabricated. It's all lies. Numbers don't lie, liars figure is the way it is. So that's what we deal with these days. So Bank of Japan's probably a little more important to the fixed income side of the equation, the securities market, than tomorrow's FOMC announcement. So no changes expected in the FOMC. Bank of Japan is expected to add a little bit to their negative interest rate policies, add a little bit of money to the quantitative easing, and take it from their securities purchases from the long end to the short end to try to steepen their yield curve. Bottom line for us is that resistance is still at 16 to 20. So first sell, 15 to 19. I'd like to get it done close to 20 as possible. 23 to 27 for sell 2. On the buy side, 5 to 9. It's going to play for a trading range in 29 to 01. Housing starts plus 1.19 million. Permits 1.167 million. If the recent indexes are a guide, starts could come in higher than forecast and perhaps permits lower. Market does react to this news, but it is not usually a game changer, so I think the FOMC and Bank of Japan announcements tomorrow will hold the market in a range. Okay, being long into the Bank of Japan's, or after the washout, after the Bank of Japan makes their announcement in the 30-year, on the assumption that they will announce a twist. First time the dust settles, the news algos quit selling it, I think would be probably the trade that's got the most potential tomorrow for big rally and, you know, being long into the FOMC announcement. It is a trade that carries high risk, but it could be a 2 to 3 point trade pretty quickly for a day or two. Okay, resistance 4 to 8. So 11 to 15, sell 1. 23, 27, sell 2. On the buy side, 24, 28, buy 1 is number 1. So 17 to 21, buy 1. And 5 to 9, buy 2. I just basically see a trading range today. Gold, maybe looking at another $5 day. So we have a seller. I mean, the game's the same. It went a little higher than yesterday's day session, got the stops, and they brought it right back in. So 20, 22, sell 1. 24, 26, sell 2. On the buy side, 13 to 15. Then 9 to 11. You know, Robert, it's hard to think of an area where our government does not lie today. I mean, it's rampant. There are no checks and balances. And I used to think that the Democrat Party ran the government for their pleasure. I think right now the government runs the Democrat Party. I mean, the bureaucracies are who are in control. It's really it's really disconcerting to sit back here and just, is this a lie or is it not? And right now we've been hit by so many of them. It's a lot easier to say, to assume that it's a lie, especially if it's in the administration's favor. I mean, it really makes, who in the hell would want to be president that had any kind of mores or values? It would, and I'm saying they're out there, and there are people that want to do that, but they really are going to pick up more than a bag of worms. Okay, the euro, we talked about yesterday making it to this area. Didn't quite retest that, so we like the 50 area basically as a sell. Right now we're at 26, so 40 to 50, sell 1. 65, 75, sell 2. On the buy side, we're at 25, the low 17.5, so 112 even, 112.10, buy 1, and 75, buy 2. I remember my Vietnam experience, being on the ground and seeing what was going on over there regularly, getting feedback from my buddies that were over there when I wasn't over there, and then watching what was being fabricated and reported in the papers. And the papers took a position against the government. They actually lied. We were defeated in Vietnam by mainstream media. And back then, the press was lying. It wasn't the government that was lying. And right now, you have the press has sided with the government, and they lie on a regular basis with the government, trying to propagandize us and get us to think and do the stuff they want to do. 43.50, 43.75, sell one. 44, 44 and a quarter, sell two. Interestingly enough, I put an article up with probabilities for a rally and a break. Crude oil out of the stock market and treasuries had a better chance of a rally off of their 26th meeting, 26.28. And the gist of the article was that crude oil is in a big trading range right now. And with the cost of production somewhere around $40 a barrel, it's really hard to find a seller when you go below $40. We've already found the bottom, I believe. Take a major piece of obvious news to do that. So I'm guessing 42.50. We'll find buyers against 40, and probably sellers against 50. So $40 to $50 range is where we are. It takes news to get to cross it, but I think that's where we end up. So 42 and a quarter, 42.50, 42.75, 43 on the buy side. On the sell side, 43.50, basically to 44. Okay, the tendency for the E-mini is to rally into the FOMC. I don't know what the Bank of Japan right now might throw us a curve. Or the rally may not be until tomorrow, but the tendency is to rally into the FOMC announcement. I still see us in a trading range. 44.46, sell one. 49.51, sell two. On the buy side, 34.36, buy one. 31.29, buy two. Right now we have two P's behind us. We should be able to get stops above the overnight session high. It's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.